Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times. That's the history of the world over and over and over again.
This is really, really dope. I'm sure you never even really thought about it this way, but he is telling the truth. And it's kind of crazy because good times do, in a sense, create weak people. Now, a lot of people are going to exacerbate this and get offended and get triggered, but it's a reality. When you have what people like to call the silver spoon upbringing or a privileged lifestyle, a lot of these people tend to grow up not respecting authority, not respecting hard work, not respecting boundaries, and they tend to go out into the world with a sense of entitlement and creating chaos everywhere that they go because they don't have a understanding of earning and so on and so forth. And then on the opposite end, you have they create this negative experience, but from that negative experience, people are born into that same negative experience that was created by someone who didn't appreciate it, and they end up growing up into a strong person because they have faced so much adversity, because they have so much life experience, because they've been presented with so many situations within themselves that they have learned to overcome at a young age. So they develop a thicker skin, and because of these experiences, they also tend to be very motivated to be good to other people because they've been on the other side. So they tend to balance it out by creating a better world. Isn't that crazy? Most people that have been through hell in their life desire nothing but love and peace. Most people that have not had that same experience and they've experienced a lot of entitlement and those type of things, they tend to thrive on chaos because in their mind they can get away with it, they can do what they want, they can live how they want to live, and nothing or no one is going to stop them. And those ripple effects from these two different pathologies create two different experiences in people, but it still creates the world to turn because it shows again in another aspect, in another context of life, that we are yin and yang, that we are in perfect balance, that as well as we have people that are born into bad situations, we have people born into good situations, and those good situations tend to produce unappreciative people, whereas the people that had bad experiences tend to appreciate the most from this life. And they're direct opposites, but in perfect balance, just the same. And these things are greatly beneficial when you're trying to get to know someone or build a relationship with someone. Knowing where they come from and the experiences that they've had in their life is paramount in understanding them, learning how to love them, learning how to communicate. The right and wrong ways to communicate stem from who they are, from their youth, from their pathology, their traumas in those ways, in that time in their life, and trying to get down to the baseline and really understand what's contributing to the character of this person. It stems in upbringing. And when you see somebody that tends to have an entitled sense of self, a lot of times they can be brought up that way, that they have a sense of something being owed to them. Whereas a lot of people that struggled in their childhood don't feel entitled. They actually expect to work and earn for everything that they get. And those adults seem to hold true as they grow up. And the same thing on the other end. When you very rarely had to work for the things that you have gathered throughout your life, you tend to not be very respectful or appreciative of the things that you've collected throughout your journey. Whereas a person that has had to work for everything that they have accumulated they tend to appreciate everything and hold everything close because they understand the value of what it took to get such things. So research and understand where these individuals come from before you allow them permanent stay and permanent entry into your life, because trust me, their backstory will tell you everything that you need to know. And then from there, you decide if they're someone you want to stand by and help evolve, or the state of their upbringing and their pathology has done entirely too much damage, or is holding them back, or is keeping them stagnant in such a way that it's going to transfer that energy to you. And if you're not in a place where you can afford to lose that time, or lose that dedication, or lose whatever it may cost you to help balance them out, then you have to take a step back and allow them to do that self-work and that shadow work and that healing on their own. Sometimes you can save them, but they have to be willing to save themselves. They have to see the problem before the problem could be fixed. They need to be ready to absorb and understand from you so you can help them be the best version that they can be. But they have to be willing. It's nothing that you can change for them. You have to allow them to be who they are and respect who they choose to be. Peace.